Experience tranquility.
All right, well, welcome to the game. Me and
Welcome.
Sith. I'm presuming this is your first time, Sith, considering you're new to the league as general.
Yep.
All right, well, you got two
weekend.
new casters. You're going to have to put up with, I'm going to say, a fairly scuffed stream overall. But
I don't have too much analysis on these teams.
We're going to rely on the gameplay to make everything sound good because, I mean, it's an exciting game. Alt F4 versus Havoc. I believe this is Alt F4's major game. Like, if they win this, they get into the playoffs or they continue being able to. I'm not great with numbers, so maybe that's not true, but I seem to remember that being big. Havoc, always great to watch. They're champions from last season. A little rough spot this one, but they're still solidly up there.
Alt F4 is on a hot streak.
Yeah, Alt F4 has been on a hot streak. I know you weren't with them when they big upset over Otaku, your current
I heard
team.
about that.
But no, that was an intense game. That was a fun game. I remember watching it, and me and Harmony were all screaming when we were in chat together. But overall, who are you? What do you think the outcome of this is? I know we're not supposed to be very biased to either side, but I know I'm more on Alt F4's side. Just want to see that upset.
Well, we did scrim Havoc a couple of times, and they looked pretty strong.
Yeah,
Dunzo's a pretty good man tank. Overall, they got really solid teamwork overall.
Oh yeah, totally. For as much as I want Alt F4 to win, biased, I know, but I do think Havoc's going to win. I put my prediction in for Havoc. Dunzo is always an insane main tank, and overall, I just think there's not much. Mind you, we did get defeated early on, and I haven't seen them play very much since, but I still got the residual iffy content from back in the first league, which they were dominant back then. Yeah.
This is something we see a lot on this point right here. The Orisa Bastion with the
Yeah, and then they're going really hard dive goats. Well, not goats, but triple tank duo support. We'll see if they stick on that Sombra. Seems they're resing it, so they will be sticking with it. This Bastion will be hard. They're going to need to make a coordinated push for sure. So Sombra's going hard to the left right now. We're going to see him flanking around. We'll see if they can get that hack onto that Bastion, but there seems to be a hog watching that very hard. It'll be difficult for them to get past, especially with the Orisa being straight up there, but they are waiting specifically for the Sombra to come in.
Yeah, what he could do is he could throw his translocator into the window and just flank behind. See if he does that.
Okay, so they're moving in now. Oh, that's a big pick on Dunzo right off the bat. Alright, This is a whiff already. We can see if they'll survive and get more out. Yep, that eye field is down. If they don't focus that, then there's... Yeah, it's over for them right now. They need to fall out quickly. If they can get Budgie's down now as well. Alright.
Big DMAC.
Big DMAC, big kill on that Zen. They weren't able to get very much ult out of that at all. Okay, it seems like they're switching up.
Yep.
Alright, that's nice.
Sombra tracer dive.
Okay, so they're going full dive now. This will be interesting to watch. Dunzo's now on the win.
So what they really have to do here is they need to either get a hack off on the Bastion or Orisa, and then just straight dive them, because they switch to Genji, but they have just straight up dive comp. They got to get the Discord onto the Bastion and focus on that lamp.
Yeah. And for as much as I support the idea of keep switching off, they still have a demeched diva, and they don't really be committing many pushes right now. They're draining time, and with the Bastion comp, they need to be doing this quickly. So this is going to be iffy to watch. I do like the positioning of Thug, though, with Baptiste in the back. It means that they can just keep surviving through, even if they all get pushed off there. They're going to be able to hold up here really hard and really well. I think Baptiste does a lot of good things for bunker comps, especially with Anubis and maps that have a lot of verticality in them, because he's able to just command all of that. And my god, they've already got Bastion ult. This is going to be very
Yep.
difficult for them to push. Especially with the Genji and, yeah.
Yeah, what Dark needs to do is he needs to build this EMP charge, because once you get the EMP, this team comp can't do anything about it. They're very reliant on abilities.
They know Genji's in the back right now, though. So this is going to be interesting to see how they deal with this, because as you can see, O stories drop down. Okay, they see... It's an unfortunate pick. Alright, Sombra's coming in. Sombra hacked the Bastion, though, so they are distracted. They can still push in. Okay, Valk has been popped. They seem to be focusing on Silent there for a little while, and they have pushed off, but we'll see if they're able to hold it. If I were Alt F4 right now, I would just go straight back up there and keep command.
Ooh, the Mercy on Mercy pick.
Oh, gotta love a little bit of Battle Mercy, especially in a comp like this. Alright, so the shield's a little screwed up there. They could
Another DMEC at the end of the fight.
Oh, man, that is not good. Alright, well, they got the pick, though, so I'd almost say that's better than if they had just left him DMEC'd, honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah, so 60 seconds has just been
when
called.
When it comes to ultimates, it's somewhat even. So what they really need to do is EMP early so they can't even get the ultimates off.
Yeah, and if Genji plays very safe here, Courage is able to maybe even get Blade by the end of this. Alright, so they sent out Field. Yeah, that was a little iffy going overall. Okay, the increased damage is up there. Courage is up on them, though. I don't think this is very winnable.
Look at that. All they used is Baptiste ult. They traded that for EMP.
Yeah. Yep, so Valk has been called on the side of Havoc. But Valk is still being earned on Alt F4. Everyone's alive. Thug managed to save through with that I-field. It's just a sliver of health. This truly is a hard comp to beat. In this new meta, especially with Baptiste in this game, it's going to be very iffy. These bunker comps
really good timing on your dive.
It's just even more critical than ever. Goats may be alive within the sights of Overwatch League, but I'll tell you what, it's not the main one to be going right now. That I-field is down, really preventing all that damage coming through. Impulse is just able to survive up there. Alright, so they're already up 2 picks. Oh, but the Blade's coming in. Will he be able to do anything with it? Doesn't seem to be. He went for that Valking Mercy, which I think was a little iffy of a choice right there. However, to be fair, they don't have much
for Alt F4.
Easy. Yeah, Alt F4's been
Alt
a very
gonna
strong hold.
Wow.
That's real good. That was a good hold by Alt F4, and it's continuing to seem like if they keep playing with this, then it might be very dominant. However, to be fair, bunker comp is always a little iffy, and Anubis specifically.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's quite interesting that Anubis was called first. I know I always try to avoid it if we ever get the chance to. Just put it at the very end, you know, be in a good mood, and then play the 2 CP and get all the tilt coming out.
Yeah, but what Havoc really failed to do, which was just a good job by Alt F4, was they couldn't really get the timing down. They EMP'd a little premeditatedly, and all they had to do was pop Bap ult, and they
sure, yeah.
Gotta get their ultimates down.
Definitely. Havoc, like, individually, they were playing quite well. There was nothing glaringly bad. They got the hacks off when they needed to, but it was always just a slight second too early or slightly too late, and they seemed to be not necessarily staggered, but having something holding them back and be able to make a permanent push. I would almost say, you know what, we're down a player, but we need to commit this push and just try to go through. But at that first fight, when Budgie got picked slightly off, and then they had a DMEC, overall, it just really put them back, especially with switching up the comps. But it does seem that they're mirroring it now. Havoc is going to be doing the same thing.
Except they're going to have Diva instead of Hog, so let's see what difference.
Yeah. It also seems Baptiste isn't holding up there. Yeah, they don't have the Widow. So we'll see if Bastion's able to just hold down and do enough damage here. Playing farther back than Alt F4 was.
They don't have much PO.
Yeah. Alt F4 already has what they switched off, so that first push, they already have the advantage compared to where they were before. Alright, they're pushing in. Okay, DPS is on the left side right now. Stage left with the Lucio.
Don't have the
so we'll
Sombra.
See if they're able to push in. That's true, they don't have a Sombra, but they do have the Genji. They can distract him. Okay, that was a good pull. Alright, they're pushing in now. See, is Baptiste going to put down I-field? Big I-field, though. Yeah. Alright, well, Godspeed is on point. Let's see if they actually go back. Alright, yes, they are falling back.
That could have forced them to rotate, though. Yeah. Earlier next fight with the trade.
But they know what to do now. They've still got 3 minutes on the clock, and that's a lot of time, especially on a 2CP. So I think overall, Alt F4 seems to be in a very good position right now. They know what they need to do. Ults have been gained quite heavily on both sides. They nearly have Blade, they already have Primal, and they're 50% to Nano. That's quite impressive, especially considering that Alt Havoc right now, they're close to a lot of their ults, but not quite enough, I'd say, to counter a good, overall Monkey push them off. If Monkey is able to come in. Yep, here it is. Arthur piling off. Okay, Bastion is taken. That is big, big, big. If they focus on that Mercy, that's good. Imburse was staying up there with the Mercy, making sure that they can't res.
What a great play by God.
That was a strong push right there. See, Primal may be a hard ult to get value out of, but when it does get value, it is truly insane. That is what I call a great zoning ult overall.
Huge timing, and Godspeed just cleaning up on the Monkey's great dive. I
don't know who chose,
here it
Anubis to play on first. Oh, here it is. Let's see it. But yeah, I don't know who they chose Anubis first, but if it was Havoc who chose Anubis, this is going to be a giant blow to morale overall.
Definitely.
We'll see if they can keep playing with a positive attitude, because I know that tends to be a big problem with me personally, is if we lose that map, especially on 2CP, and hell, even just the idea of playing against Bastion, it can really demoralize you. Both teams played very well there, though. Like, overall, that was solid. I think it's just a case of Bastion bunker comp. It's not been in the meta for so long because, Goats, it's been with us for such a long time. Hasn't been meta since
very early in the game.
Yeah,
and
especially...
Baptiste has really revived it.
Yeah. And Havoc, you don't know this because you weren't here last season, but Havoc was very famous for playing Goats even before Goats meta really started. Really? They were the team that was like, oh, we're going to play it because we saw it was starting to become powerful. So, going through it all...
Yeah.
Okay, so no, that was Alt F4 who chose that. So Alt F4 knew right off the bat what they were doing.
Yep,
that was a strong choice then.
Well, they clearly had the synergy for that map.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. So that was a very strong map. Yep. We'll see what's happening. Okay, so Oasis is being played now. All right, so Anarchy is being put in for Sleepy. See if that changes anything.
Anarchy, a strong player. Pretty good Widowmaker, as well as a Genji.
Yeah. But I always like watching these Oasis, King of the Hill Koth maps. In every game I play, King of the Hill has always been a favorite of mine because it really is sort of skirmishy, you know what I mean? You get out there, everyone's just sort of fighting. It tends to be more about just like one-on-one battles or team-on-team skill matches. I don't like saying skill matches because that sometimes sounds a little condescending.
It's hard to plan out a fight in a King of the Hill, right?
Yeah.
For like 2CP, it's a little easier because you have your choke points, you know where the fight's going to be. But anything could happen in King of the Hill, and you really just have to rely on your instincts for this game.
And based off of Havoc, that's one thing they're really strong with. You got individual, really strong players. Yeah. I think that showed in the last map. They were able to get certain picks, but I think just the fact that the overall team cohesion there was just slightly off.
Yeah, and at the same time, Alt F4, Stories, Godspeed, Monkey, all of these guys are really good individuals.
Yeah, no doubt.
They could frag out.
It'll be a good match, that's for sure. Because, it just depends. Because Alt F4 is on the rise. Havoc's not on the fall, but compared to where they were last season. So if they're able to hold this and just show that it's Oasis, this could be a big comeback, especially for the morale from last match. A nice long King of the Hill match. Really show what's going to be happening overall.
Well, I have seen some Pharah soldier composition. This is a really strong composition because if the other team has a Pharah, you have a huge advantage against that Pharah because you have a hit scan as well as yours. And you have both two strong ultimates, especially if the other team's on a DPS comp. I feel like with this, with a dive composition and...
Okay, let's see what they're playing. All right, so there is the soldier Pharah, but kind of unconventional because they got that ball.
Yeah, they got the triple DPS.
So they got the triple DPS. Sombra.
They added the Sombra.
Yeah, Sombra's strong. Okay.
Alt F4 has the Sombra Goats.
Triple support. Yeah, Sombra Goats. Harmony and Chaos's favorite things. A little biased for that, but it is a strong comp. If that Sombra's able to get those hacks off on the back, there's a reason why people like Maxix are famous for almost not one tricking, but famous for certain heroes, and that's because they're just able to really wreak havoc in the background if they're just not very careful. So Dunzo is already gaining tons of space though on Alt F4, and seems okay. So top ground was lost by Havoc, even though they're the first up there. O-Story's doing that big Sombra battle right there. Alright. So Ryan has been dropped down, so it seems to me that Alt F4 somehow was at top, but they've lost it to Dunzo and Pharah. And so that ball and Pharah comp is actually really good at displacing people. It means they can't focus down, so we might see a strange comp. Sometimes with Reinhardt, this doesn't work great against here, because Ryan's just not really able to, you know, do anything against a Pharah. And if the Mercy's up there with him, then Sombra, it's hard to do. Hacks are just everywhere, and then Ball is especially booping around. Alright, so yeah, we see the switch now off to Monkey. This is... I always like Monkey against a Ball, honestly. I know it's not great, but you have that mobility gain on them, which is just slightly good. And then D.Va combo with Monkey, classic dive. It's always fun to watch, always fun to play.
Yep.
Especially if
the thing with Ryan against this comp is you have so much ability to just stay away from that Reinhardt, and here we go.
Oh man, Dark Requiem just out-Pharahing in this battle. He seems to be dominant in the sky, and they don't seem to be able to do much against him, honestly. It was strong in the first push.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Anarchy with 2 huge kills.
Dunzo is hacked as well, and if they focused him down, I think that fight might have changed slightly differently, but overall it seems to be... Yeah, they just seem a little bit split overall. I think Havoc's doing a really good job of this triple DPS with
all they need to do is fix up their timing.
50% is already passed, so this is going to be very interesting to watch overall. If they manage to get some certain dives off, I would say focus on that soldier. If they can get that, then their Pharah can run free. And then if anyone's able to do with that Pharah, that's the thing. I just don't see what's able to...
Yeah.
Oh, big already. Yeah. Alright, the EMP is out. But is it too late? That's the problem.
Maybe not.
Oh, that's not. Big picks on the support line. Alright, Thug's been hacked. Thug's down, though. This seems like a 1-5 for Havoc.
DPS are popping off on Havoc.
Yeah. There's no one on their
team. And they have an ult advantage.
Oh, there we go. They switched to Soldier. This might be a little too late for that, though. I think they should have done that earlier, considering the fact that that Pharah was just so dominant this round. It's really interesting, especially with those, like, Pharah's power creep has been insane recently, especially with the reverting of her blast radius. Not enough people, I think, pointed that out, but that is a big... Alright, so EMP and Visor was used. Oh, there's just from above, but managed to kill herself, but gets back up anyway.
And that's why you run the soldier on this map. That Visor is so strong on the high ground.
It really is. Dunzo's been doing a very good job, though, as well as just taking away that space.
Dunzo could flex anything, it seems like.
Yeah. That main tank power on certain maps is just truly insane. So now we'll see which one's next. What do you think of Oasis overall, just as far as playing on it as map?
Well, Oasis, I feel like on this map you could run a similar composition to a city center. A university is generally a goats map. Sometimes you flex to the Sombra for Sombra goats, but this map right here, I expect to see 2 Pharahs on the other side.
All right, yeah. So Alta 4 is starting off already knowing that there will be a Pharah, though. So they've got that McCree. And they're going Winston Zarya, which you don't see very often.
Interesting. They do have the Lucio, though.
They do have the Lucio. Yeah, so they're not being super mobile with the rest of their team. But they've got that Pharah and they've got that Winston. So it'll be interesting to see if they can actually maintain dominance as far as just staying around.
Seems like a ranged dive. Oh, and
that's a big pick on that.
They got a retreat here.
Yeah, that's a loss fight. Anarchy coming out with another. That is just insane. Yep, there we go. Anarchy with a triple, actually.
Yeah, his Tracer is dominant.
They've got... They have a McCree, though, so the McCree can deal with the Pharah and the Tracer, hopefully. But Tracer is already coming up on that, a Pulse Bomb, which is going to be insane.
Well, they just switched to Ashe, but even if with the McCree, it's hard for a McCree to deal with a Sombra Tracer and Pharah at the same time.
It's true, it's true. But we'll see how Ashe does overall. I'm not great with... Ooh, Ashe comes out, though, immediately with a pick on Paraspark's Mercy, which is a big pick, because that now Pharah has no support. So if they're quickly able to dominate on that and push in on that Pharah, knock him out of the sky, then we're good. Doesn't seem to be, though. Alright, so Silent Monkey's in there almost by himself diving, and he gets punished for that. Genji on Godspeed is on Dunzo, who's low. But again, Dark Requiem
Big
is just
hack
able
on
to
Lucio.
clean everything up.
They focus him down. They need. That's what they need. They need good focus fire, and they win these fights.
Yeah.
Because
really
they have
hard.
so much DPS. They just have to focus fire, and boom, you kill people.
It really is, though, super hard to deal with this Ball Pharah comp, because Ball's just able to disturb everything, especially with the Tracer and a Sombra. They're so everywhere around them that as long as this Pharah stays alive and is able to control, like, provide some insane overhead CC, then they've got to focus on so much. Because if they focus on that, ooh, big pick on Budgie, so they're already down to support, but we saw this last time. They now need to focus on that Pharah. Godspeed seems to be on there. That was a good hack. Oh, but the hack didn't go through. Never mind. Alright, so the point's been flipped now, which is good for Alt F4. First dominant push we've seen so far. Alright, so they were able to get Budgie there, which means they've just fully had to retreat as Havoc goes. But Havoc does have a lot of ults.
Yeah, Alt F4
Every
doesn't use
single
many
ult.
ults. The only thing Alt F4 used is Lucio ult.
They don't have anything defensive, though. Mix Ready doesn't have the Lucio, which means that they're just going to be able to come in with EMP and Pulse and Mines, Trance even if they need to. It's going to be a hard hold. And look at this, Anarchy's coming up behind. Okay, Anarchy was spotted by those stories.
They have to nanoblade
Pharah's
early.
already coming in. Ooh, see, that's a big pick on Mix. See, alright, huge on Thug, so there's just no support now. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's a one fight, but it's pretty clearly a one fight. Alright, Godspeed is left alive. As well as this. They're ticking down the time, getting it
Think
to
about
nearly
this, all they
50%.
used was Pulse Bomb, and they're halfway to it.
Yeah. This has been... They need to
Havoc
do
has
another...
a great ult economy.
Yeah. This entire game, they've always had very strong ult economy, honestly. Those stories coming up with Bob. Bob is a strong one if they don't focus that down. They've got nearly both DPS ults. They've got the Nano, but Thug gets taken out early, so there is no Nano in this fight. Mines come out.
He did. Donzo with a huge picks.
Okay, yeah. Mines is such a strong ult. People
Donzo
underestimate it because it's just by
carries.
itself, but... Alright, well,
Great zone
they're able to
ult.
stall out by
They
Primal.
focus his monkey.
Okay, he's being put by those mines. He's hacked as well.
Yep.
That's strong. Let's see who's
Once
coming
you
in.
sack, it's
Okay,
over.
Thug is already mixed.
Anarchy
Mix Ready's
landing
coming
pulse
in
bomb.
now. Yeah. Blades popped, but it's a little too little. Definitely a little too late. Well, Havoc comes out with the win, and that was a pretty dominant round. So, honestly, I'll bet you Havoc's morale is right back up there. There's a lot of plays here, though. I'm going to be interested to see what's play of the game. Or Dunzo with the Wrecking Ball, not Anarchy at the beginning.
I think this is the last fight here. Yup.
Oh yeah, this is the Mines that we saw. As I was saying earlier, though, Mines is such a massive ult. Like, the amount of zones that it's able to do.
And the
is
boot.
Oh, it was beautiful. I love how you could see Ash look down trying to get that coach gun back up, but it just wasn't going to happen.
Look at that
Man,
Anarchy
look at
stat.
that, though. Oh, Anarchy stat. Oh, that's massive. But even Mix, having healing done, being shown that it's only 3,700, that shows the amount of, like, you know, dispersed gameplay that it was there. There wasn't much just classic, you know, goats, heavy healing, heavy bash your head against each other until one of them comes out. That was a lot of DPS and just staying alive by yourself. It was a very interesting game, especially after that hard bunker hold.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge turn of events, 2-0.
Yeah.
So now it's tied.
Yep, 1-1.
1-1. Yep.
What do you think? Do you think this is going to go up to the tiebreaker? You think this is going to be one of those matches?
Well, we have to see what the next map is first. Who's picks
That's
it?
true. It'll be Alt F4s this time because they got Anubis initially. All right, so yeah, so they're taking a 10-minute break. They'll be returning at 9:37 Eastern, it seems. So, well, that's the big break for now. Yeah, we'll be back, of course.
For sure.
At that time as well. All right, and we are back. It's not starting quite yet, but thought we might get in some early ones. The map's been chosen. I believe this was Alt F4's choice this time, and it's Gibraltar, which is a personal
Yes.
favorite of mine. And I know, Scythe, you're pretty excited about this, right? Well,
Yeah,
sorry,
me as well.
Scythe or is it Sith? I don't want to.
Sif.
Sith. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you're
Anyway,
good.
but no, it's an interesting one, and I know we were talking about this earlier while we were on the pause, but I was thinking, I think Havoc's going to get this one. And that's just because of how they were playing earlier. I think if Dunzo keeps managing with that ball, and we keep having Dark Requiem on that Pharah, if Dark is able to occupy all their attention on that top, then Dunzo's just going to be able to push it underneath. And then from then on, it'll just be a normal match, and we'll see how it goes off. But I think Havoc might have this advantage here.
I'm gonna disagree, even though I have a little less knowledge than you about this league. But I think Alt F4 will take this, mainly because they have Godspeed, and I think his Widow's very strong. I think their dive is very nice as well. Silent Monkey on the main tank.
Yeah. So
I think this will be a lot more even than the last two maps.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, both matches have been a roll so far. So this match kind of decides everything in a weird way. Like, it could keep going as back and forth, but the amount of times that happens is really rare. So I think if this one continues on the standard of just being a hard roll, then it could just decide who goes for the rest of the maps, because Payload is after this and another Payload one. I mean, it might be hybrid, but, Payload still. Yeah. So we'll definitely see. This is an important match, and I think you could make good arguments for either side. I'm currently for Havoc, but I'd be very interested to see, because, like you said, Godspeed on that Widow is very strong, especially on this
Genji
point defense. True, and Genji's very strong on the other points, so it'd be really interesting. Like, I don't know what Havoc's going to play here, because you could play dive up top. All right, let's see. The comps are being...
Seems like a double sniper dive.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Torb. I'm guessing that's...
Probably goes Zen. Possibly Lucio. Oops.
What?
Still doesn't him go.
Oh. But, oh, okay, I guess it's being resumed.
What?
Alright, I don't know what's happening. Anyway, we'll see if this Torb is real. I'm guessing that this is not actually going to be...
This could be a mirror. That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
And Godspeed on the Hanzo, actually. And stories on the...
He wants to restart because of the wrong skin. Okay. Well, so they're going... I'm really interested to see if this Torb gets kept. I would love to see a Torb, especially with dive up. Nope. There we go. Alright, so that's going to be a big disappointment for me. But double sniper. This is really interesting.
This is OWL Season 1 PTSD.
Yeah, well, so their whole... Godspeed is down below, though, so we'll see if he's actually... he's transferring up. Our first shots are being transferred between the two. See, Vexarath is just pushing with Dunzo, like I said before. Alright, Starskit... Oh, D.Va's down below, so he's by himself right now.
No heals on there either.
Focus on there. D.Va's already D-Max, so even if they don't get the kill, that's big already. Godspeed, though, does get Anarchy, but I'm not sure if that's going to be quite needed. They need to keep pushing this cart, though, through, and they're getting quite a good space. This is the hardest choke in this map, I think, honestly, right here. Maybe tied with the very last point, but that was a good starting push. And this is why I thought Havoc was going to do really well in this map, was because they have this sort of magical ability to keep control while being really spread apart. So if they're able to keep doing this, I think this is going to be something really interesting to watch. And Sleepy is demeched, though, which is pretty big, but she's coming up pretty quickly on that 70% ult for D.Va, which is pretty strong. We'll see if they get remeched and see what his ult was beforehand. Did you see what the D.Va ult was before he got demeched?
I did not, but look at the Mercy percentage difference.
Oh, wow. That is big. That is very big. And that res going off, that means that negates that completely. Oh, now gets a pick.
Alt F4
Res is having trade.
Good aggressive here.
Yeah. Zen is by himself on the right side. I don't know if they know about that yet, though. They could capitalize on that. Alright, so Widow's down again.
Stories with a pick.
Yeah.
Big E by Sleepy.
Hanzo! Oh, that's very disappointing. Okay, they need to be pushing this cart, though. They're getting a lot of free space they could be having. Oh, Tomojo is being dove on. Big pick.
Dunzo.
Godspeed needs to get out of there. Yeah, that was a good pick. O-Story's being rezzed, though. We'll see what's happening here. So Diva's being demeched. Diva's on the right. They can get that
Silent
Diva
can do
down.
that. Oh wow, the ult. Got two picks.
Ooh.
Both support.
That was a really good primal right there. Really nice.
And Anarchy is getting ganged up on by the 2 snipers on Alt F4.
Yeah, I'd say that's a loss. I think they should have probably gotten out of there earlier, but hey, I'm a little behind on that fight there. Big stagger, though, if they get lucky here. Huge stagger. Oh! What was that? Okay. Sorry, my screen, I thought I saw some weird glitch going on. Alright, so, okay, they're getting a res. Courage has been res. That's good. Now, are they waiting on anyone? So no, but sights have been popped on both sides. So now we'll be able to see, like, they know exactly where each other are, and this is going to be really important for them to die. But really interesting. Oh, but Anarchy gets picked.
Stories is, yeah.
Yeah, Stories is winning all of those. I guess you were right. I guess this might just not be Havoc's map so far. If they're not able to get this first point, that is a big hole. And this might just be proving the idea that, you know, Alt F4 is really powerful, and he's just holding them down. They did this on Anubis, well, be it with Bunker
The defense is great.
Yeah, their defense is just honestly phenomenal.
That means they have good ult usage.
Well, see, the ults are pretty even on both sides. Primal's been popped, and Hanzo. Okay, Trance was popped. That was
They matched the, oh wow, the DPS are popping off on Havoc. They matched the Trances up.
Yeah, and honestly...
This is looking like Havoc's fight.
Yeah, Havoc seems very dominant here, but Havoc's Trance seemed a little iffy.
Big bomb,
big Diva Bomb, though. I don't know if
They're
they're
gonna
big
res
enough,
that.
though. We'll see. So Primal is still being popped, so that means a lot of stalling. Okay, Godspeed is out on the ball.
committing to this
Spinning. Alright, O-Stories is down. They've got sights, and they pop bomb here.
What they're doing is forcing a lot of ults off.
Yep. They C9'd it, Godspeed and Silent Monkey there. Hanzo his ult was popped there, so the only ult that Alt F4 right now has is Widow coming up, and Havoc doesn't have any. The closest they got is Valk. And
But Alt F4 did force a lot of ults off Havoc.
yeah. I think that would have been a lot easier, and they could have easily saved Zen's ult on that first push. I think Kexarath got a little scared there by that Hanzo ult that was coming through, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna pop it, but
Anarchy wins the fight.
So yeah. Oh, Anarchy wins it, yeah. All right, we'll see if this is just a one-off or if tables have turned and Anarchy's gonna start winning these duels. So they're fighting up top, Diva versus Diva. Now they've dropped down. Hanzo's on the top left, getting picks off in the back. Valk is being popped for mix. Pushing in. Silent Monkey's being really aggressive, but he gets punished for that. Oh, battle between
Battle Mercy.
Battle Mercy.
Got the health back.
Oh, Battle Mercy's gonna have to back off, it seems.
It's a draw.
Okay, Trance
Anarchy
is
wins
off
another.
for Alt F4. Alright, Trance is being used now. Primal's being used. Primal's in the back. Okay, Primal's
Havoc's
been
looking
out.
good again.
Yeah, it's very good right now. That was big by Dunzo there. He just focused so much fire off.
Monkey
that final
committing an
attack
ult.
back.
It's gonna be a lot of ult charge and not worth.
And they're pushing in really fast. Alright, so ooh, Mercy is down there by himself. Alright, yeah. Mix was taken out there, Ash is on the right. We'll see if they get any more picks on here out on the outside.
Look at
If they're able
Havoc
to
has
do
a
this,
huge
this is
ultimate
big.
advantage.
Yeah, it is big. Ooh, and Godspeed gets picked off really early there. And O-Stories is still out. They're just slowly trickling in. They're going to gain a lot of space on this cart right here. Anarchy seems to be pushing up a little bit, seeing if he can get any shots up top.
Yeah. Havoc's doing a good job at taking space here. They gotta get the high gun though.
Yeah, and again,
Force their
Havoc's
snipers off.
got this insane ult economy. They had this in Oasis, and I think now that they've got it, it's just truly showing how dominant they can be if they start snowballing. Sights have been out now by, who is this? Anarchy has used sights here. And O-Stories doesn't even have it, it's just recharging early on. Big bomb coming in, we'll see if it actually gets anyone.
Big.
Oh, huge getting mixed right there. Diva's being demaxed, so they're already really dominant. Hanzo ult's been popped, separating off the Zen. But Mercy popped Valk there, Zen's coming back up. They just seem very dominant. Sure, Dunzo has been down, but I don't know if that's enough, really. They are stalling it quite well, though, especially with Valk. Ooh, Anarchy coming out. Big Anarchy! Alright. Diva
Redeeming
has
himself.
been res. That was a smart choice, resing the Diva. Okay, Hanzo
Anarchy
coming
needs
out.
Bioza.
Tomojo is late with that. That was a wonderful ult by Courage there. And Tomojo just couldn't wipe. Trading Zen ults now. They're still holding it down. This is the difficulty of this part on Gibraltar specifically. Okay, big pick on Mercy. Hanzo ult coming out.
Starcaster.
Ooh, Primal coming out though with Dunzo. This is just ult trade after ult trade.
This is a winnable fight for Havoc. Courage.
Very
big
winnable, but Alt F4 can still win this well if they're just able to stall it out. It's the beauty of stalling right here. Alright, but Dunzo's doing it. Oh, okay. Stark really needs to pick this up right here. If they can get Stark, this is going to be really big.
Yep,
Alright, good. Now it's just... Alright, I think this is going to be a win. There is a Mei coming out. Mei, the god of stalling. With a ball, this could be huge. Yeah. Mei Wall is out. Oh, Stories is just freezing that diva. They're strong. Ball is just spinning. They need to take care of that ball quickly. Yep, Primal is being popped on point. This is now pushing them all off. This is really strong coming off, though. Didn't get anyone. That could have been really big. But Tim gets a big pick on the Tracer. Anarchy, though, with the diva.
Big trance.
Okay, traded chances. This has just been a match of popping Primal and popping Trance, one after each other. We'll see what's happening here. Alright. I think this is a win for Alt F4 here.
Got a focus target.
Yeah, they're starting to split up a little bit. Mixed with the big res. Valk is, though, in favor of Havoc here. And Sights. Courage is coming up with the Tracer Bomb very quickly as well, but O gets that pick as well as Godspeed.
Alt F4 has the advantage.
Yeah. Oh, big bomb onto those swords, though. If they're able to get this now quickly.
Courage is...
Focus on that monkey, and they can easily take this. Okay, monkey's off. Now it's just the two tanks. Okay, if they can get this diva. Big. Focus on this diva now. If they quickly get baby diva, then they're good. And it's big. Havoc gets it. Tomojo wasn't able to get on point quick enough.
So the huge turnaround was the first point, Alt 4's DPS were absolutely winning their matchups. But the second 2 points, Havoc, their DPS Courage, and Anarchy popping off.
Yeah. Alt F4's tank play was really strong there. They just kept stalling it all out. But I think overall, after Havoc started they got a little frizzled there, frazzled, whatever you call it, right at the very end there. And I think everyone does, right? Gibraltar, that last point, around that corner and right there, honestly, it might be worse than Volskaya last point. Like,
definitely.
It's just it's almost 2 CP. It's just respawn, come out, get on point, stall it out. They did a really good job of abusing that, and I think Havoc...
And they combo their ultimates.
Yeah. Havoc just had a really hard time. Yeah, just sort of getting it down. But in the end, they started focusing, and they did win it in the end. But it did come to overtime.
What Havoc Zen did really well when it came to their Zen Transcendence usage is they waited for Tomojo to use his trance, and then about 2 seconds afterwards, he would use his trance. So then they have the advantage.
Yeah. Overall, their ult play has been super strong these games.
Definitely. That's what they need to win. And double sniper coming out from both teams again.
Yeah. However,
we'll see if Nyx goes Mercy.
Yeah.
Yep. Another mirror.
If Alt F4, though, is able to get this strongly as well, because they're able to get this first point even, how much trouble Havoc had. This is going to be a pretty strong lead they have on this map. Alright, Silent comes in a little early, actually, but they don't seem to be punishing that too much. They drop down. They seem to be going for more of a cart push rather than actually engaging them up top. Anarchy getting that pick on Godspeed. Ooh, Vexarat. That was a big pick on O there.
Vexarat.
Yeah, Dunzo and Sleepy doing a really good job just, controlling the
very aggressive
first point. Yeah.
So what Havoc's doing is they're giving their Simpers a lot of space and the Zenyatta to work with.
And this is what, honestly, for as much trouble as Havoc had on that first point, Anarchy is just popping off, by the way. But for as much trouble they had on that first point, their first push was quite strong. They managed to get it underneath the bridge to the other side in one push, which meant they were able to just sort of fight on that, and then they had a hard time on that second point, back up top towards the gate. But if Havoc's able to hold them here and Alt F4 isn't able to get it under the bridge, then it doesn't really matter how hard they were pushing on that first point and holding at the edge. Okay, Widows are having a fight, seems. Oh, is it Widow? Okay, Monkey. Silent Monkey coming up. Dunzo getting a big pick on those stories. Ooh, sorry. Burped there badly. Diva getting on Tomojo. That's big. Godspeed on Diva. Yeah, I think this is still Havoc, though. Oh, Primal was popped, though. That was a good force.
Dunzo creating so much space.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that ult, though. For as good as that was, I
You
almost
saw
want
it
to
all
say
the
that
time, but it wasn't really worth.
they could have saved it. And I feel
Definitely.
like maybe if on the last push he had it, or then again, I'm kind of frugal when it comes to ults. I have a hard time with holding on to them. So, probably the big brain Dunzo is, probably knowing what he's doing a little more than me. All right, so they're starting to push up. They're managing to do what Havoc did really well in
The
the first
snipers
push,
don't have a lot of
getting
space.
under. Yeah.
Havocs.
Okay, here's the Primal coming out. This is what I like to see in a Primal. It's really creating space by just, making them have to focus on it. Courage does get a pick, though, on O stories.
Look at this.
Is Dunzo
All
gonna
that
get
for
picked?
just pushing the payload. They may
Yeah.
C9 this.
Are they going to C9? They're not paying any attention. They did pop Valks. They can come over. Nope, they seem to notice it, but is it too late? Okay, bomb. Ooh, that's a little short of a bomb. They did stop it, but this could go either way right now, honestly.
Definitely.
Okay, bomb's
Depends on
coming
this
out,
bomb.
but it goes right into the
Random,
bubble.
yep, random.
Right in the bubble.
Anarchy, big pick.
Hanzo coming out, especially with Anarchy getting that pick and Requiem getting that res.
On Vector
Yeah.
Ath.
I think this is a one fight for Havoc. Oh, O-Story's getting picked on Anarchy, though, so if they regroup quickly, Alt F4, they might be able to push in right now. Alright, so Tanks and Mercy are holding up far left, while Courage is holding up top by the... Oh, nope, Courage is coming over. So they're all holding fairly close together now. Hanzo is sticking with Zen, it seems, more overall, which I think is quite good. Ooh, Bubble slid off there. They don't have the protection that they needed. Pushing on each other. I'm just not sure that these fights are what Alt F4 needs to be doing. Watching it, they seem to be, when it comes to one-on-one fights so far this map, they seem to be losing, but when they fight as a team and they start really working together, they're doing a really good job. And if they're just fighting up here by themselves, with each other, I'm just not sure they're going to be able to do anything.
I really think they should switch the composition. Get Godspeed on that Genji, maybe Stories on the Sombra, and really attack this double sniper composition.
That could be really good, especially considering how far they're able to do it. If they're just able to distract a little bit, or maybe even fight on the cart instead of fighting up here. Because this Monkey Diva dive, okay, they did go to Sombra though, but is it too late?
Yeah.
It's mostly just to get to point, I see. But yeah, they were just fighting up there, and I just didn't see enough overall, damage coming out to, qualify that. And then it ends up just being a stall it out fight.
Not looking good.
It's not looking good overall. Yeah, Sleepy getting that pick with that. Hanzo ult coming out, forcing him off.
And they
Big
dominating hold.
Yeah, and they boop it off. Big primal by Dunzo, pushing him off. I guess it was
That's
Sleepy and Dunzo. Alright, that's it. Well, so far my predictions are coming. But that wasn't super dominant.
I thought I had it. I thought I had it after the first point for Alt F4.
That was really close, though. I think that was a much better fight overall than Oasis was. Because in their own right, Alt F4 more or less held it the whole time. It was just a case of just how maps like this sometimes work out, and they did lose it. But overall, it was a very good fight between the two of them.
Definitely.
I think Dunzo and Sleepy comboed were just stuck together. They were like glue. They never left each other that entire match. And because of that, they were just able to not outclass, but just outperform each fight against the other two tanks for Alt F4, which meant that each time they went up there and they kept fighting, they just weren't accomplishing what they needed to. And Anarchy versus O-Stories, I thought that was pretty even overall. Anarchy popped off a lot towards the ends of his fights, but O-Stories at the beginning was truly just winning all the fights. So I think overall that was a much closer match, and that was just,
The tanks for Havoc creating so much space for their snipers to really get some picks.
Yeah. So the final map's going to be Eichenwald, and I think Eichenwald is really interesting, because I know it's a hybrid, and a lot of hybrids are like this, but the choke at the beginning, especially with really bunkery comps, not necessarily bunker comp with Bastion, but just
first point possibly,
Yeah, first point I think is really strong, especially because you can just fall back to point and really hold it there, unlike some
or you
other
can hold the high ground with a bunker.
It's true. Yeah, there's just a lot you can do on Eichenwald over there. And then once it transfers over to the second couple points, it's kind of
really
more
dive, possibly a widow.
We haven't seen much Rhine though, and I know I'm a little biased because I am a Rhine main, but I do like a good amount of Rhine on this. Like I like seeing some Rhine on Eichenwald. I think
Ryan Goat's offense is pretty popular for first point, definitely.
some big shatters can come down on Eichenwald, because even though it might just be payload for some of it, there's a lot of chokes on it, whether that be the bridge, the corner on second point, and then the first point is just one giant choke. And then last point is just that hallway.
We could see Orion Goats v Bunker comp.
Yeah. And a weird comp that I see quite often, which is, I guess, not weird, but just a little less common, I see is Ryan Diva a lot on
defense.
Well, on attack and defense, mind you.
Okay.
I think that might just be plat mentality more than it is actual, brain mentality in it. But whenever I'm solo queuing and I see that, sometimes they really do get some insane things, especially with the choke. Steve is just able to bomb right over. Ryan Shatter's coming through. It can be really strong, I think, especially on maps like Eichenwald, where it's a lot of choke holds that then have some like side passages. Okay, so we can see what they're doing. All right, so it does seem maybe we're getting that bunker comp that we were expecting with the Bastion.
Or the Ryan D.
Okay, no, they're switching to Junkrat. I do like Junkrat here. Junkrat on first point is a very strong hero, especially with the spam ability. Vexarath, though, coming out with the Symmetra. I don't know if they're sticking with this. Again, I can't really trust because he was going... What was it? Was he the one on Torb last round?
He should... I'm guessing we'll go Zenyatta here.
Yep, okay, Zen. He keeps tempting with my emotions.
On defense, Alta 4 is a nice spam comp with the Ashe and Junkrat. I feel like that's why they have the Diva over the
Moira
Zarya.
instead of Zen. Alright,
so, interesting. On Havoc.
Yeah, and look, it is the Rhine Diva. So they're going goats. Havoc's just going goats for this. And a lot of spam coming out. And we'll just see if that increased damage by Junkrat is able to really deal with it.
Yeah, so with a Moira instead of the Zen, they really need quick fights here. And that's going to be a big...
Interesting, though, that neither of the picks were by the Junkrat there. Instead, it was Osor's and Tomojo. Tomojo's Zen is really potent. I've actually been queued up with him a couple times and just solo queue, and every single time I'm just always scared whenever I see him in that, appearing, because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, even though really Junkrat did not get his... Even though Junkrat didn't get any final blows, so look at his ult charge, already 60%.
That is very big. That means by the end of next fight, he'll for sure have this ult.
Definitely.
And we'll see if he's able to get anything. I don't know if we'll be able to get a mousy bomb or anything like that, but
could be
it'll be definitely big. Oh, okay, so Courage has been trapped. They're being held back. That's actually a big trap by Godspeed. This trap's already down. Okay, but they did focus that off. Are they rotating around? Okay, they're rotating around. Okay, here's the bomb coming out. Massive, huge Riptide right there. And Brig is trapped in there. That's just a clean wipe. They got the res on Godspeed. Overall...
And Havoc's having a really hard time building their ult charge because they don't have much range with the Moira rather than...
Yeah, I think this is a case where you just need to swap off Goats. I'm not sure Goats is going to work here against this Junkrat, especially against this against the Ashe, who's going to get Bob fairly soon. Now, the ults don't look phenomenal for Alt F4, but they do look good. I would take a Valk over a Coalescence any day. And although Shatters are fairly close, that just slight edge with Silent Monkey, being able to get it, and then Impulse can get it quickly. Bob is coming up really fast. I think overall, Alt F4 seems to be in a really good spot.
Also, since Impulse is on Diva rather than Zarya, he can eat the Moira orb.
Yeah. Okay, Bomb's coming out. Alright, they just gained a lot of energy from Courage off of that.
And now the ultimates are coming on for Havoc.
Yeah. I don't think they're able to quite do what they needed to there, Alt F4.
Alt F4 also has the ult.
Stagger them off, but they do have ult still. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Havoc's been so good these games with their ult charge that anytime they have ult... Oh, big pick though by Tim yet again. Godspeed's just spamming away at that shield as well. You can just see how much Dunzo needs to retreat each time. He's not able to just pop off. Tomojo again! This is insane.
They just have so much range damage that Havoc cannot deal with. Alt F4 just spamming them out.
This is just truly a quite dominant round. To be fair though, it was very dominant that first that first part on Gibraltar, so I'm holding out all expectations yet. And they do have literally every single ult Havoc.
Yeah, for Godspeed, if there's anything that does more damage than a Junkrat, it's a Junkrat with Discord and damage boost.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be, I think, a real just ult spammy round right here. Just little section. Because this is...
Both teams have almost all ults.
This is the last push. Okay, Rally comes in quickly. They're holding farther back than I would have expected, honestly. Bob's coming out. Oh! Big shatter. Okay,
They traded
huge
the block,
trans
so
by Tim.
big
Huge
pin by
trans.
Silent Monkey.
Yeah. They're leaving Dunzo, though, in the back. Bob gets pushed back,
Godspeed.
though.
Big.
Alright, yeah, that was very big. They got trapped in there. They haven't even gotten a tick yet, which is insane. This Godspeed just popped off right there.
They should push up.
Only got 12 seconds, which I don't know if that's just going to be enough. I think this has just been an Alt F4 win, at least for first point.
Well, we'll see.
Going, yeah.
They don't have many up.
Bomb coming in, are they able to do anything?
They can't even touch.
Nope. Well, they trade Fumble to the equivalent
Yeah,
character.
and it looks like your prediction is coming to truth.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. But, no. Tomojo and Godspeed, just really strong players so far. Tomojo, those Zen picks were just critical at just disabling them as soon as they're coming in. Because Goats, as soon as you lose one person, you kind of lose a good chunk of your team. You need that full push power. You just need to be able to roll them.
The thing
So
with
I'll be
Goats
really
is
interested.
all the Goats heroes, all of them rely on each other's abilities, right?
Yeah.
And if you're missing like a Zarya bubble or a Brig armor pack, especially in Zen Goats, or they had Moira Goats, even still.
Yeah. I'll be really interested to see what Havoc does here, though. Oh, okay. Orisa Diva with McCree and Farah. Alright, so they're going not exactly hard holding, but that McCree Farah could do a lot of damage if they manage to just spread them out easily.
Yeah, and Alt F4s on the Sombra Goats, and both McCree and Farah do a pretty good job against the Sombra, especially on this.
Yeah.
Because there's not much room for the Sombra to go around.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say this is, like, if I was just looking at the comps right now, I would say this is in favor of Havoc. However, last round did happen, so, you know, I think Alt F4 might just edge this out.
I think the Sombra Goats does pretty good against this composition by Havoc.
I think they might just need to switch really quickly to a Soldier or a McCree or some hit scan, maybe an Ashe, to deal with the Farah if it's too much trouble.
What they have to do here is just assault the Orisa.
Yeah, because last time on Oasis, they just didn't deal with them. Okay, and then Stories gets picked by Anarchy. We'll see how this goes. Again, they have nothing to deal with that Farah, so they're just going to keep getting barraged from up above, and Tomojo is really separated from all of them. See if he gets away for free. Doesn't seem to get away for free there. And they're just in there right now. They need to get out of there, I think. Oh, big pick on Anarchy, though. We'll see what they're doing. They don't seem to be focused on Silent very much. Silent gets out of there. They seem to be falling back, but they're up. That was a big pick, honestly.
They gotta focus on a hack.
Yeah, they need to focus on a hack, but honestly, Havoc needs to focus on Silent. The number of times I just saw him in the backlines where
he's dead right there.
He is dead. I like how it's the supports who kill each other's main tanks. It's already half tick. Yeah, I think Alt F4
didn't work.
Oh, are they going to C9? They nearly C9'd there. Alright, so we
EMP. Okay, this is
Rally EMP. Tomojo coming out with the picks. Godspeed.
This is
be
like
a round for the supports.
GG.
Alright.
Good play by Alt F4.
Well, that means... Well, you know what that means. Tiebreaker, guys. We're getting that Busan.
Busan, correct.
I know everyone loves Busan, am I right?
Here's Godspeed's tire.
Yeah, let's watch this.
The one that you
I'll
called.
give it a moment of silence just to watch the beauty of a good old tire. Oh, that was lovely as well, how he just climbed up the tower. He clearly knew what he was doing with getting over it. And although he did fall, McSready's there with the res. They were just really dominant that round. It's been really weird.
Look at that.
Yeah. Honestly, this has been such a fun match to watch.
Definitely.
Because
it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Ski, and all the casters who didn't end up making it. You managed to let us be here, which is overall.
I did want to cast the game.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, this has been really interesting, because rarely do I see games which seem so dominant. Like, they switch off. It doesn't seem very, like, oh, this is close. You know, I'm not like... Gibraltar was the closest we got to, like, oh, this might go either way, but even that was held pretty dominant. So this is really interesting to see, and seeming, though, just based off of Oasis, that we're going to be in favor of Havoc again. Because
If the patterns.
Yeah, if the pattern's right of Alt F4 needing to really just sit down, and when they're able to just hold a point, then they're really good. But Havoc seems to have that dominant ability to sort of like play up in front of the point and sort of, scrim with people. Like just little skirmishes here and a little fight there.
And here, Vexarath, who is a player who really popped off for Havoc, is going to be sub. Fragged out on the Zenyatta.
Yeah. We'll see overall how this is going. I'm hesitant to say Havoc for this map, but just based off of how one-sided Oasis was, I really have to say Havoc, I think, for this map.
Just to make it spicy, I'm going to go Alt F4.
There we go. See which is the first map.
Let's see if they go the Sombra Genji dive. I feel like that could be their spell.
Yeah. I may not enjoy playing Busan, but it is a pretty map. You got to give it that.
Yeah, great music as well.
I think there's something to say about having a pretty map. Like, even if you're losing on a pretty map or anything, your morale stays up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing Volskaya or something.
Yeah.
When you're playing Volskaya or Anubis, coincidentally 2CP. Not saying that's the reason. They're dull looking. All right, well, let's look at these comps. So, Alt F4 is going Sombra Goats.
Interesting. And triple DPS comp for Havoc.
They're doing the same thing that they did on
Widow,
Oasis.
and Pharah.
Yep, same thing they did on Oasis, except with the Lucio instead of what do you call it? I'm blanking. Zenyatta. There you go.
Interesting. Sleepy's on the Mercy. Even though he's a diva player.
Yeah, Dark Requiem was on Mercy before, but he was also playing, He
was playing Pharah before.
Big diversity, yeah. So, Dunzo on that ball, already nearly dead, though.
Yep, half HP.
Stories gets taken out
Huge pick by
Dark Requiem. See how this is going so far. As far as old economy goes.
See if Dunzo could open up and engage here with the pile drive. Yep, he got the Lucio.
They were playing too passive there, though. I think Alt F4, if they're going to win against, they need to be more aggressive overall because they sort of bunkered down there on like point, and then Pharah was able to just sort of.
I also think they should switch compositions off the Scout. They have to match them. You have to go Diva. Looking like a dive.
Okay, so Godspeed does get on that Widow. Okay, they are going dive, it seems.
The Widow Sombra dive. I like it.
Yeah.
Look at this Zen Lucio.
Yeah. Anarchy gets Godspeed. Yes. Yeah,
so Mix is going Mercy.
The thing I like about Soldier against the Pharah is that if the enemy team does have a Widow or a Hanzo, you don't necessarily have to fight the Widow or Hanzo first in order to be able to then kill the Pharah.
Yeah.
But if you're going... Oh, they go Genji now instead of that, so they don't have a hit scan anymore other than Sombra.
This is the comp I've been asking for. See what they do.
This is what you've been wanting. We'll see what they do with this.
Those stories are picking on.
Yeah, that's a big pick, because now they can just sort of push on and only have to deal with that Pharah. But Courage gets taken out. Okay. Sorry, not Courage gets taken out. Big. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess if they can get Impers to stay on Pharah and be the one to deal with them, then that overall will work quite well. Courage getting some needed ult charges.
Well, they do have VMP, but that's about the only ult in the game that you could really just rely on to win fights that easily. So, but even though they only have a 1-0,
Havoc's ult economy is just phenomenal right now. They've got every ult almost except for Budgies as Lucio, but
Emperor's almost out of.
Yeah.
They'll have Valk.
Okay, EMP coming out here.
Huge pick on the Mercy by a sound.
Yeah, EMP though overall didn't get that many people. It's very iffy to EMP in like such a small corner like that because all the little map geometry.
That was an unnecessary trans by Tim.
I think honestly, although that was unnecessary, I see where he's coming from. He probably panicked and thought, okay, they might get a random pick with one of the ults. So
the big thing is they use Valk and.
Oh, I didn't see they used Valk there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're out of both support ults, and they still again only have.
They do have EMP.
They have EMP bomb. Oh no, they don't have bomb. They might have.
That was a deflect. It looks like.
Yeah. God, I do like Godspeed on this Genji. They seem to be performing
He's
much
huge.
better now since they got him on there.
Nice positioning by Silent Monkey.
Yeah.
Aggressive taking.
So now they have Blade, they have EMP, they have Bomb, and they have Primal. We'll see what they do here. Okay, big pit. Ooh, Battle Mercy getting that Dunzo. Okay, Bomb's coming out.
Big
Oh,
bombs by
big
Empress.
bomb.
And look at this. Look at their ults.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Again, I think, honestly, if Impers keeps doing as well as he does with getting this Sparrow out of the sky,
Yeah.
then they have a very strong chance. That was the main thing. I stick with it. That was like so dominant on Oasis. Godspeed getting that pick on the Courage really early on. Courage was close to EMP as
Big
well.
pick, though.
Blade coming in. If they can get that Lucio, big Mercy in for the res, and the EMP's coming out. Dark
EMP
Requiem
by
out of the
stories,
sky.
and they're gonna clean up.
Yep, it's just
Alta
Tracer
4,
on
easy
Spark.
clean up. And they're gonna take this round.
Very nice round. The most competitive we've seen between the two of them, though, honestly. 100 versus 49, that's not an unrespectable amount. And I think, honestly, Havoc there seemed to be caught off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of
Because
Gibraltar.
But
and vice versa, because,
Mhm.
you know, Havoc had the huge momentum at first, but Alta 4 took it right back and took
Yeah,
100
and they were
points.
so used to playing, fair and it working, that as soon as that gets sort of counteracted at all, it's weird. And this map, I don't think of this map specifically as a very good Pharah one, being so indoors, but
Looks
I
like
guess,
they're gonna run Somber Goats versus Zen Goats.
yeah. Alright, will be interesting. I think mostly Somber Goats can win if they can get those early picks off.
Yeah, just need to get the hacks on the Diva and even Rhino.
Yeah. So this will be very interesting. This will be the first... Well, did they go Goats for you Goats? No, they didn't. This will be the first sort of Goats form of Goats v Goats we've seen. Now, Havoc is very dominant with it, so... Gotta keep an eye on ult charge, though, this round specifically. Oh,
Dunzo
big pick by
pick.
Dunzo right there. Dunzo is discorded, though, and Harmony. Big charge. Gets that.
He gets dark.
But Silent gets taken. Oh, but Empress gets Budgie. Okay, then Empress gets taken.
It's even here, even though they get the hack on the...
Yeah, nope. This is for Havoc.
Yeah.
What's the ults looking like so far? Strangely enough, it seems to be that Zen is the second highest ult on Alta 4. That just shows its most
Godspeed
damage.
only 36, 36%.
Silent will have Shatter, though.
Shatter.
Okay, Rally's being popped by Havoc. Okay.
Nice block.
Good block. Okay, big Shatter. How did that go through?
I think it's because Dunzo jumped there.
Oh, did Dunzo jump? Okay. Yeah, that was a big shatter. I think they could have collapsed a little faster on them. They had shattered that through and then just made sure that Dunzo couldn't push back.
But Dunzo did keep his team alive with the shield, even though they were down to the shatter.
He did a good job.
He did what he could.
Mm-hmm. However, the ult economy is still in favor of Alta 4 right now.
Alta 4 as the EMP.
Yeah. Dunzo is by himself a little bit there. There's a big EMP coming in. Let's see if they can
Dark
get this.
hid with a trans, huge push.
That's smart, though. But Dunzo is low. If they can get Dunzo...
Yes, get some heal, though.
Okay, big grab.
Yeah.
Massive grab. I don't know how I felt about that as far as Lucio ult going. Yeah. I see what he was doing. Maybe he was just like, you know what, I'll keep you in charge because I know we have Zen ult, right? I know we have Zen ult. I know we have Brig ult. We can survive. But that was still, he could have held on to that, I think.
They do have Grav Bomb, though, and beats a better counter to that than...
Yeah. Overall, ult economy for Alta 4 isn't bad, but Havoc is still pretty dominant. Okay, Trance is out there.
Huge
Big Shatter!
They can't follow up on
that was beautiful, Silent. However, Brig is separated off. Okay, that was a big pin as well.
Big pin.
That was beautiful by Silent Monkey right there.
Godspeed's gonna clean up.
Honestly, if he doesn't submit that for Player of the Week, I might have to do it for him. That was wonderful.
Yeah, massive play by Monkey, and...
They almost have Shatter and EMP again, though, Alt F4. They're doing a very good job of
gotta
building
get some
this.
charge here.
Yeah.
They want to do this early.
Dunzo has Shatter, and Budgie has Beat. That's not a great combo. Shatter can do a lot.
But Dark is close to a trans.
Yeah. See, okay, Shield is low for Silent, though, but Shatter's coming in by Dunzo. Big Shatter. Huge Shatter by Silent, though. That was beautiful. And EMP comes out here. Whether or not the EMP was needed, I'm not sure, but it was a good wipe-up. I'm not going to diss it anytime.
And these last 2 fights, Silent Monkey has won the matchup versus Dunzo.
Yeah. Silent Monkey is really pulling it out. They have Godspeed's ult, Brig. They're going to have Grab. They're going to have Beat. They have Tim's.
They have Knight's ult, too.
This is very strongly looking in favor for Alt F4. They do have Trance, though, and they will have Brig ult, which aren't famous for doing it, but they are strong ults in their own. If they win these early fights like that, Courage gets an early pick. That's strong. Silent whiffs his charge by himself. He may have won those previous ones, but yeah, this looks like it's in favor of Havoc here.
Yeah.
And this isn't great, because Havoc's gaining a lot of ults.
Alt F4 has 6 ults here. Next fight.
It's true.
But the team of Havoc, they have some ults their way as well.
Yeah, Dunzo, honestly though, he's just not getting that shatter charge that I'm used to seeing him get. As I say that, he gains over 30 charge in a couple swings, but still, generally speaking, I'm used to seeing him with these shatters early on. Okay, big grab. Big trance, but shatter.
A huge shine by Dunzo.
Okay, grab comes out
grab,
here.
but they got a touch point.
Yeah, got a touch. Someone's got a touch. Okay, Mix is on point, which is good. Silent with the shield.
Big follow-up on the grab.
Yeah. I was a little nervous there because Silent shattered and didn't get as many people as Dunzo got it, but that grab was good by Imperse. Imperse saved it right there.
Yeah, the Discord's too good. They're focusing on them down.
Yep, they got a Tracer and a ball with the Lucio on point. This is strong stall comp, but looked almost like Dunzo just gave up.
Discourage him.
Yeah. Okay, Sleepy is up. Still stalling, but I don't think it's enough time.
That will be
and
it.
That's it. Alt
F4
wins.
Wow.
That was a wonderful series of matches. But it's
that was a great game to cast.
Especially against Oasis. Think about that. Oasis was so dominant in favor of Havoc, but Alt F4 was powerful.
He's one of these huge shatters.
Okay, let's watch this. I've got to respect his main tank to main tank. This is wonderful. I mean,
big slam and the use beat.
It's funny because he does this immediately. Like the fight before this, he had that other massive shatter when they were grabbed. His shatters were really on point.
He gained 50% charge after his shatter.
Yeah, it's honestly Silent Monkey here, supreme plays overall. Tomojo, though, however, he had some iffy ults early on in that first map and some earlier matches, but he had some massive ults on that last point. He had an ult every single time they got grabbed. Almost every single time they got shattered.
Yep.
Tomojo truly was like on his game today.
This was a big win for Alt F4, though.
Yeah, it's a
huge
very
momentum, especially going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they've been.
If they win these next few matches heading into the playoffs, that'd be huge.
They're not something to say, oh, it's just Alt F4. I know a couple of weeks ago that might have changed, but they're really taking this momentum after that massive Otaku
It's like a new team.
Yeah, it looks like that. And I wish the best of them, especially after game plays like this.
Havoc are no scrubs either.
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, chat, can we get some love? This is Yeti chiming in here from a production standpoint. Thanks for your patience with me doing this production today for the first time, and please give some love in the chat for both Steve Buscemi from Harmony and Chaos and Sith, who's also new to the community, but he's from Otaku. Please give them some love. They did a great job today. And to both of you, I just wanted to ask you if you wanted to pick a single person, a MVP for this match, who would you pick? Start with Steve.
See, I want to say Silent, but honestly, I think Silent really popped off in that last match. But when I was watching him on Gibraltar, it just was a little iffy overall. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Mojo. He really just seemed really prevalent these games with his trances really on point and then getting those picks, especially when they needed to. Between him and Godspeed, they were truly just a damage-dealing duo that you should be scared to go against.
And go on, Seth.
For me, it's really hard because both GPS, a few minutes, the Alta 40 DPS dominated, another few minutes right afterwards, a Havoc DPS dominated. So it's hard to give it to either of the DPS duos, but I think I'm probably gonna have to agree with Tomojo. He did a really good job keeping his team alive. His transits were great, and yeah, not what else to say.
It was a fantastic match to watch. I think we can all agree. Chat is absolutely lit up about this here. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast here. Thank you all for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And for Steve and Sif and for everybody in the Tranquility community, we thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Experience tranquility.